some of what we heard. There was definitely policy. There was also stuff about laughing. What stood out to you, Daniel?
Yeah, so you did some of the fact-checking yourself, and I appreciate that. Everything you said was right. There were a bunch of claims that I think a lot of people would question, but that are subjective or uncheckable. He claimed California, where a whole lot of people happily live, is unlivable. He claimed that we're a banana republic in a third world country. I think a lot of people would dispute that. But also a whole bunch of claims, Phil, that were just flat-out false. He again said that Kamala Harris was made the border czar, put by President Biden in charge of the border. That didn't happen. In reality, she was given a much more limited immigration-related assignment tasked with dealing with the so-called root causes of migration in certain Central American countries. He repeated his claim that she's allowed 20 million people into the country. Aside from the question of her own role and responsibility, the total number of border so-called encounters under Biden and Harris is 10 million, and far from all of those people were actually allowed in. That includes the people who were expelled from the country upon arriving at the border. He boasted of how good African-American poverty, the poverty level, was during his administration. He didn't mention it's actually fallen to a lower level, a new record, beating the Trump-era record under Biden and Harris. He called switching candidates in the Democratic primary a minor form of cheating. It's not a form of cheating at all. It's allowed completely within the law and the rules. And he spoke of how the Inflation Reduction Act, he said, gave us record inflation. The U.S. has never had record inflation under Biden and Harris. Even the Biden-Harris peak of 9.1% was about a 40-year high, nowhere near the all-time high of about 23.7%. And that 9.1% number has come way down since then. It's now 2.9%. So whatever peak it reached before, nowhere near it now. And finally, he spoke of so-called very good polls for him coming out right now and claim we're leading. He might be seeing private numbers we're not seeing, but in the national averages of public polling, he's not leading. He's now trailing. Phil?
All right, Daniel Dale, I apologize.